Hello, so my topic is should gratuity at dine-in restaurants be mandatory? So some of the topics that we're going to be discussing are: does not tipping affect your server? Does gratuity make tipping optional? Does gratuity affect your service? And does gratuity encourage fairness and equality in the workplace? My thesis statement is that gratuity should be mandatory because it promotes fairness and equality in the workplace and abolishes a toxic cultural tipping norm. So a gratuity fee would mean that it introduces fairness for employees who would earn fewer tips due to race, gender, and other things. And customers will automatically pay the gratuity fee and not have to worry about if their tip is enough or if they have to leave a tip. This would become optional. Now, tipping becomes more optional without the server having to pay for a customer's meal. When a customer does not leave a tip, the server has to pay for the meal. This is crucial to note. With the current system, tips fluctuate almost daily, making it difficult to predict a server's monthly income, making planning for bills even more difficult. A set gratuity fee means there's more consistent income for the server. Lastly, servers are very tip dependent. Adding a gratuity charge gives the servers more power and less pressure in the workplace. So people that are against a set gratuity fee would argue that they are receiving worse service because they have a shorter leash with their server. So depending on the person, service can become less above and beyond when you know you're not getting a tip. So now you have bad service and you're paying additional fees, ultimately leading to a poor experience and you probably not returning. It's also common for restaurants to take a percentage of the gratuity and use it as restaurant funds. So with additional charges, sometimes the server wouldn't even fully benefit from this. Now, customers must be notified of the gratuity fee, and it's easy to miss when you're booking a reservation online, or sometimes you just don't get informed at the door. So this fee may come as a shock when you hand your customer your bill. And lastly, a gratuity charge makes it common for customers not to tip or simply tip less. However, they're not meant as a substitute for tipping. Therefore, it's not only a common misconception, but it ends up hurting the service industry. So some of the issues that I plan on exploring are how servers are very reliant on tips and gratuity would help bring consistency to their finances, how tipping is a newer practice and many older people or the older generation are unaware of how a lousy tip affects this server. And not only that, but especially in North America, where servers make either minimum wage or in some cases even less than that, tourists are often unaware of this, and it ends up hurting the server without the person even knowing how they're affecting them. So I will be using Lewis to conduct my research as well and support my analysis. So Lewis does say that one goal of an argument is to win popular support. Therefore, an argument is inherently a public discussion. So we should discuss gratuity and shine a light on it. It is very uncommon at the moment. Part of my research will be addressed firsthand with my coworkers and managers, and I believe they will be supporting my theory. Now, Lewis does not only talk about argument, but also perspective. He talks about how to a vegetarian, French fries may seem wrong because they contain beef fat, but to an economist, they appear promising because they create employment tax revenue. Now, I believe we should look at gratuity from both sides as well. Okay, so some of the reasons for choosing this topic are that I myself work at a dining restaurant, so I'm directly affected by tipping and gratuities. Now, I would like to talk about how servers get tipped not based on service, but based on their race, gender, and attractiveness. I would like to speak about this topic and how it is generally dismissed, create a research report to discuss with my coworkers, managers, and ultimately just gain a better understanding of gratuities and tipping and become a better server. And I did create some references as well that I have used to conduct research and will be using to conduct more research on.